Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing the portfolios that have been attached to the ministers, and we'd like to hear your views on it. You can call us on 081-764-1679, 090-241-63440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Okay, which other ones is jumping at you? Why can't you want to go?
Yeah, I wanted to go on the Minister of Petroleum because the last president was the Minister of Petroleum, and we all saw what happened in that
8 years.
In the 8 years that he was there. And, you know, it's such a serious ministry, and Nigeria is really dependent on petroleum right now, unless maybe Dele Alake can diversify.
And give us solid minerals.
Yeah. The president has so much on his plate.
Yeah.
So much on his plate. Will he really, really be able to do justice to that ministry?
As that minister.
You know? So I'm hoping that there is a rethink. The president is the head of ECOWAS, he's the president of Nigeria.
Have they told us categorically he's going to be the Minister of Petroleum?
No.
We know that. We don't know that for sure. We only have Minister of State, so we'll see.
But no minister was announced.
But we are still expecting a few more ministers. I mean, some are yet to
maybe
be.
Yeah, because
El-Rufai hasn't been confirmed.
Yes, so we have this confirmed, and then there were some other stories which.
El-Rufai said they reviewed.
So we have,
Yeah,
yes. So we have Minister of Environment and Ecological Management, and there's no name attached to it. Instead, they just wrote down Kaduna. And we know that Malam El-Rufai is from Kaduna State. And we also have heard stories that he's withdrawn, you know, from it as well, and has asked that it should be given to someone else. I think he even gave a name and says that person will do a better job or will do a good job.
Minister of Petroleum?
The Minister of State for Environment and Ecology is Ishak Salako, who I'm also trying to figure out, you know, what he's done. But I hope we put someone, especially in this ministry, we put someone who understands how it's done. It's still like a ministry that was still trying to find our feet. Do you understand? And I hope that someone who is a technocrat will be put in that position.
And even
Wale Edun is a hit.
Wale Edun is a hit. Everybody agrees that he's been working in that finance sector, and I think that he's one person that hopefully can even eventually be the CBN governor at some point, if eventually. But this is a starting point for Ministry of, I think it's finance they gave to him. And but they divided that, though. They moved the budget and economic planning somewhere else, so the different ministry. So you can focus on finance, which I think is a square peg in a square hole.
You know, when we talk about ministries and the portfolios they get, I know the comments always is that it's not about their academic background and all of that, but there's a place of passion. There's a place of passion. When you love something, when you are passionate about education, you see the impact. You will not, you're not sleeping, you're not waking, you're dreaming ideas per second. I've seen the way Mariam has this environment thing, the entire life, entire household.
But did she go to school for environment? No,
But she's passionate.
Yes, I'm saying that some
so
of
the
us might
sacrifices will be necessary, and she's getting the education. But sacrifices will be necessary
so the
to be
point
done.
I'm making is that the qualifications we see here, that he's a lawyer, doesn't make that he's passionate about law.
You're not letting me land my point.
No, I'm just trying to understand you.
I'm hoping that when we are giving the appointment to people, even if the people that get that portfolio don't have that strong passion for that ministry, but they are administrative head, they would get advisors that can help them. They will get special...
Let me agree with her a bit, because, especially with environment, right? Because it is something that we're still trying to grasp as a nation and even as a continent. It would require someone who is even passionate about this to sort of lead it, you know, to where we need to go. Yes, administrative qualities are fine, but if you do not have the understanding or the passion for it, there are some things you'll be unable to do as much as someone who sort of has...
Just like we're told here that the former Minister of Petroleum, Tam David West, was widely regarded as one of the best ministers of petroleum, but he was a virologist. So, yes, you might be... that might be what you've learned, but the truth is that you can actually still carry that passion. So I'm just saying that you can actually, if they put YK, for example, in Ministerial, petroleum, you'll be surprised.
We will be
because her passion
As Minister of Petroleum,
Her passion the most
who told you I have passion about
the point is not about petroleum because you understand the results of it. It's not about being passionate about petroleum. When you realize that if I achieve this, this is what's going to get me. No, you'll be surprised. So where
Minerals would actually fit her better.
Yeah.
She's passionate about
solid mineral.
No,
no. Solid mineral.
Let's get it. Exactly, because she's passionate about the benefits of saving our mineral resources. So that's what's more important. Not that Aboike is either a tourism person or entertainment, but she's passionate about Nigeria saving money and earning revenue from those resources.
No more flooding, wherever they put there. We don't want flooding.
I have a call. I'm told I'll come to you, Damola. While you're looking at you, when you really that jumps at you. Let me take this call. Good morning. Thanks for calling.
Good morning.
You're live.
Yes. My name is Elijah Ita. I'm calling from Abuja.
You're welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I think when it comes to technocrats, I think there is nobody that doesn't go to school. When people contest or support political parties, they support them because they have interest and they have the purpose and why they want to contribute to the government. And if we see in the list of all those who are appointed, they are well schooled. And we believe that they will contribute their quota to the development of the nation. Looking at Wike as the FCT minister, I think is one of the best things that can happen to APC as a party. The FCT has been in a very serious disarray over the years. The FCT no longer win APC can no longer win election in FCT. There have been serious opposition winning the election within the FCT. As the state of power has been so dirty, you see bags moving all over from one point and the other. In the days of Erufai, you see the state you see the FCT very clean, people behaving well, and you see gutters and everything everywhere very clean. But in recent years, you find things not being organized. Yeah. You find the Federal Capital Territory in a very disarray manner. But I think with the emergence of Wike, we know him as a no-nonsense person. Right. He is coming to do the needful.
Okay. All right. Damola, let me come to you. Right. Let's talk about the women for a second. Which one is jumping at you?
Well, I wanted to address the health minister, because health is a key sector of the economy, and I'm particularly happy about this one, about the minister. His name is Dr. Mohammed Ali Pate, and his resume, I Googled him. Yes, is quite loaded. He's a professor of practice of public health leadership in the Department of Global Health. He formerly served as a global director for health, nutrition and population, director of global financing. So he understands what I'm assuming that he understands what is needed to revive that sector. He's even part of the committee that chaired a reform, all the reforms that are needed in the health sector. So I'm really looking forward to how they intend to resuscitate the national insurance health scheme, because it's very, very crucial. And the public health sector is also very crucial. Just create an environment, a healthy environment.
And even the Minister of State for Health also, Tunji Alausa, he's also he's a nephrologist and the founder of the Kidney Care Center in the United States. So he is Dr. Tunji Alausa. He obtained his bachelor's from the University of Lagos back then, and he has a kidney care center in the U.S. So he's obviously coming back home to serve his country. So on this health sector, I think we got it right. Yeah. Both the minister and the Minister of State.
Yeah. Somebody just sent me a text that they heard it on the radio that the Minister of Petroleum is the president.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
I don't know.
We'll see. I didn't see it in the papers yet, but we'll see.
I want who announced it.
I'm not really interested in whether who is who or who does what, as long as you do it well.
Yeah.
Go there and do the job well. That's my own. You see, like that they've made Festus Keyamo Minister of Aviation. I passed that airport and it's not done well.
Call him out.
Come here and I will talk it.
Definitely.
Because, you see, we must not forget that the airport is the eye of Nigeria. Yeah. When you land, it's what you meet there that you will expect. Yeah. And right up to date, I'm not proud of our airports.
Yeah.
Very,
You and the rest of us. Let me go on a quick break.
So
When we
Festus
come back.
Keyamo, he has taken a very huge role, and I hope that he's up to the task.
That's all his.
Okay, let me take this call from Muyiwa, then we're going to break. Muyiwa, thanks for calling.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very, very much. Now, the thing is that we shouldn't expect the president. The president has said well, and the truth is that like other people have said that these people are, they may not be experts in such way that they are appointed, but are experts in the ministry, which they are overseeing. I think what we should be expecting from them is just proactiveness, and we should be able to do well and be able to coordinate that ministry very well. The leadership attributes, I think, they should be able to do.
Audio is not clear.
Oh, we didn't hear you very well, Muyiwa. Let me go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing the ministerial portfolios.
We better,
Yes, let's talk about the women. Go ahead,
yes. I know, I think a few of you wanted her to hope she'll be in health, but they've made her the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. And I've even read some of the comments. A lot of people think that she'll do a very good job of that. They said she's always been like a hard worker. She's philanthropic anyways. I think it's an important ministry. And from what I've seen so far of the lady, I think that we need an injection of that sort of personality in there, someone who can coordinate, organize. There's just so much, involved in that. With the past administration, there were some scandals about how monies were used or misused.
Yes,
monies that the minister would say, I actually signed it off, but it never got to, the designated places. So I hope that she's better able to handle this so that because this is about vulnerable people. Vulnerable people would receive the help that they need.
Our IDP camps are an eyesore, and there's been several stories of how they would say food was supposed to get there, but the food never got to them. So we really we're hoping that Better Edu steps up. But there's someone I'd like us to interview on this show. Her name is Hannatu. Yes, Hannatu Musawa. Why I want your view, ladies, to get to interview her is because when I Googled her name, the first few articles I'm seeing is about the fact that she cried as a ministerial nominee.
And we discussed it on the show.
Yeah, I know. And for me, you don't want that narrative to be what when you Google your name is what they see. And I'm sure that as I've read her CV, she has a whole lot to offer. So yes, at that moment she was emotional, but we need to see her. So please, whoever is the media person for
she's a fan of the show.
to,
I had met her during the campaign. And she came to me, she says, Morayo, I love your show. She watches the show very much. And she actually really understands that she works with women very well. And that I don't know her very, very well, but I know of her. And I've seen her a few times during the campaigns that happen. So definitely, she's somebody we would definitely like to speak with. But I think she has a huge pedigree and she has a good music experience that she can bring to the table.
The portfolio she's handling is culture. And that culture portfolio sort of like is too important for us because there's a lot of division, there's a lot of fight, and we're not talking enough about our history, who we are. And there's somebody I follow on social media, an American that came to Nigeria for Osho Festival. There was the Ojudio, but there are many things that are about our culture that we need to talk about more and push that narrative. Okay. The orientation too is a very, very powerful area.
Yes.
So I really want, there's a lot that she can do for
Minister of Women Affairs, Madame Uju. You remember her? We had a 1-year job, but she was the woman that stepped down. Yes. That's all I knew about her. She stepped down for the president during the primaries. Okay. And I remember her very
clearly. We should interview all the
But interestingly, during her screening, we've now learned about the work she has done. In her state, she was very into philanthropy. She helped a lot of women. So I think hopefully we'll see the kind of work she's going to do nationally. I mean, she's just been in the Southeast for her work, but now she has to be doing it for the nation. So we'll see how much impact that she can make going. Which other woman do we have there? Minister from the Southeast. I think there's another person that I saw from the Southeast, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Doris Anite. I don't know much about her, but I'm pretty excited about we'll definitely get more details. In the days coming, we'll definitely get more data about these people, information. Who else do we know, YK?
Lola, what is her name again?
Lola
Southwest.
Adejon.
Adejo, that's Minister of Tourism.
Minister of Tourism.
That's
Lola
that's an area
Ministry
that
for Trade
she may
and-
be able to, you know, I hope that she will be very, she's a woman, so she will be passionate.
And
And
we are
she
fashion.
she will do it.
I do.
You know, because what we want, you know, what we want are people who want to do the job properly.
yeah.
You know, so I'm hoping she's one of those people, you know.
Right, so as I
I
said-
don't want to say because you're a woman or you're a man.
Yes,
Yeah.
we just hope you can do the job.
Just
well.
so, because it's a bit, as I said, we just got this list yesterday. We're just gradually getting acquainted
With them.
these names. In the coming days, we'll have more information about them, what they've done, why they fit. Yeah, but we saw them doing the screening. But in the days coming, we'll be able to know better who these people are, what they've done, and why the president feels that they fit in this. I was still going to go back to the Southeast. Minister of State, Labor and Employment is Nkiruka. Onye Jiocha. Okay, I thought that was the Women Affairs. Minister of Women Affairs is Uju Kennedy, so I'm mixing them up. So the woman that stepped down is Madam Uju Kennedy, and the other woman who is the Minister of State for Labor and Employment is Nkiruka Onye Jiocha. Those are the two different ministries. But Minister of Works, everybody's going on and on about the former
David
governor,
Umahi.
David Umahi, that he did fantastic in his state, that he'll be great in works, that is a good win for him. I mean, I don't know.
There's a lot of work in works. There's a lot of work because we have a challenge with our roads, we have challenge with our infrastructure, and we have a bigger challenge with the people's mindset towards the infrastructure. So even if you do the lot of work, the people can start removing they can cause it to derail by simply removing all the metal things on the road. So it might be going there as
orientation.
Yes. No, it might be going as works, but your work would not show if the people destroy your work. So you would have to
That's
pally
orientation.
You
Yes.
pally orientation and you will take it up on yourself. He's not a speaking person. That's the current works person. And the former works person was a very, very speaking person. So right now, as the people will have to adjust to a new style of leadership, but he has a lot of work for him as Minister for Works.
What of the Minister of Youth? He's not a youth.
It's not you, though.
He's
I saw it, though.
Agbalagba. According
Maybe you
to
need an older
one second, I can't hear anybody.
The head of our family, the Jibolu Taiwo family in Abeokuta, the head of the youth is about 90-something year old.
Really? In your own family? Maybe the president took a cue from your family. Because the Minister of Youth, Abubakar Momo, according, nobody knows his age, but according to what I'm reading here, it says that he bagged his PhD in 1998. That's 35 years ago. So this is Agbalagbi.
Even if he bagged at
He was
25.
a genius and he bagged it at a young age.
At what age?
Maybe 30.
Well, we also
My cousin is always saying he has never seen an old man that is head of the
Madam Mola, you say something?
Yes, I think we also need mentorship as youth. For the fact that we want, for the fact that the ministry says Ministry of Youth does not mean that it has to be headed by a very young person.
Okay, this I
Like,
disagree with that.
somebody mid-range would actually do. And when I Googled this man, I didn't find his age as well. Age not revealed. Exactly. So I could not really...
Which
but
even
when,
makes
but when I
sense.
judged him by his picture, he looks like a man in his 50s. So he still cuts across between the younger
50s,
generation
yeah.
and me. Because we need to mediate.
In Nigeria, 40 to 50 years still quite
But you know that our median
50,
age is
50
what?
is the elder of the youth.
okay.
We're gonna be wrapping up. We're gonna be wrapping up very soon. But is there any other one that jumps at you before you wrap up? Oyetola, former governor of Osun, is now your transportation minister.
We do have a lot of former governors
Now,
in this
transportation of
position.
the ministry, transportation is huge because obviously that's where we need the number one palliative. After the subsidy removal, we need to ensure that the transportation network across the nation is done such that it's seamless. People can transport goods and the roads. No, it's not in charge of roads, but that issue of the CNG buses the president promised, I'm sure it's probably going to go through his ministry. We need.
Rail is under him now.
I'm just saying, rail is rail under him. No, it's just Ministry of Transportation. No, they divided it.
Yes.
It was separated. I think we have somebody else in charge of that. But this is huge, and I think I hope that this is something that he's able to handle properly. I'm just going through the other ones that I see. Okay, so I think we're done here. But as I said, we're just still at early days in the review. In the coming days, we get more information about all the portfolios. And by Monday, we're told that there'll be the ministers will be finally be inaugurated, and then they start their work, and then we'll see what their JDs according
This
to.
is not the full list, right?
We're still expecting. With Stella Okotete is not in this list. I didn't see her. She's yet to be confirmed. We're really hoping to see what portfolio they'll give to her. Who else is outstanding? I think that's the only person I didn't see.
Ministries.
As
that
in
are
ministries
outstanding,
that are
not people.
outstanding, okay.
We'll see. We'll see
I
which
hear
other ones
that,
are outstanding. But we have to wrap up.
Lola Adejon is she's not a politician,
Yeah,
but she's
technocrat,
a
IT,
and
banking
detailed
sector.
professional, which is a good thing, you know. So hopefully,
We'll get more information about all of them very soon. That's all we can take, but these are just our initial thoughts on the list, the portfolios, what they do. Those are, and the Minister of State. Nobody has told us exactly, because we thought this president was not going to have Minister of State. But maybe there were political contingencies to ensure that, we have to accommodate everybody. But either way, we wish them the best.